Hi guys and welcome to Unapologetic. Today we're going to be talking about a popular pop singer by the name of Rex Orange County who's been accused of sexual assault. We're going to be going through the reactions from his fans and the internet at large, which I think are a complete jump to conclusions. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into this subject matter for today. It's a pretty sensitive one, of course, because we're talking about accusations of sexual assault that are now going to be taken to trial. For those of you who don't know, a popular singer by the name of Rex Orange County, aka Alex O'Connor, has been charged now with 6 counts of sexual assault and is going to be in trial next year in January to face these charges. The singer denies the allegations. For those of you who are like, who is Rex Orange County? And I have no idea who this guy is. I don't listen to his music. Why should
AKA
I care?
me.
AKA Taylor. He's a popular, I would say, indie pop artist who is just widely popular among Gen Z in particular and has rose to fame with a number of really popular albums. Much loved by very young Gen Z girls. And these accusations are coming out in a Variety article, and now the internet is going crazy. I want to show you some of the reactions before we get into the allegations, and we're going to springboard off of this to talk about the Me Too movement, to talk about the idea of believing all women, to talk about jumping to conclusions when it comes to things like this, and canceling people and ending their livelihoods before we have the facts. I'm in no way, shape, or form going to be backing up this guy and saying I support him fully or anything like that. All I'm saying is we don't have details, and all of these people are hopping on the internet talking about how sickening and disgusting he is, how vile of a person he is. They're throwing away his album, which is their choice. But let's talk about whether or not that's the smart decision in this case, and whether or not as a society we are innocent until proven guilty or guilty until proven innocent, because that's very important. So first, let's look at some of the reactions. People saw the headline, Rex Orange County charged with 6 counts of sexual assault, singer denies allegations, and now we're getting TikToks of girls throwing away their albums, his albums, taking off the stickers, all the things that they have to support him, and just throwing them in the trash. And of course, these girls are very big fans. They have all of his stuff right there, going in the garbage. We have another one here that says, I really hope everyone's favorite indie nice guy rots in prison after this shit. And over here says, absolute piss stain, makes me feel icky that I used to really like him. Hashtag Rex Orange County. And another girl who has all of this merch and is now deciding to throw it away with the caption, I'm so upset with him. All of this for what? It amazes me. You know, I get it. When you're young and you love a pop singer and something comes out about them and it's not a particularly positive thing, sometimes your instinct is to just cancel. I want to throw away all the stuff. I want no association with this, especially in this age of activism and feminism and hashtag believe all women. We will jump to conclusions on things before we have the facts. Again, I'm not saying he did not commit the sexual assault, but we are going to get into the storyline here, at least the details that we have so far, and I find it a little questionable. You guys can decide whether or not you find it questionable. Let's get into the actual storyline, the details that we have so far, which is basically nothing. Let's read. Okay, so English pop star Rex Orange County, whose real name is Alexander O'Connor, has been charged with sexually assaulting a woman on 6 separate occasions in London, The Sun reports. Think about that. 6 separate occasions. Okay. The 24-year-old artist appeared in Southwark Crown Court in London on Monday to deny the allegations. After pleading not guilty to all 6 charges, O'Connor was released on unconditional bail. Interesting. A provisional trial date was set for January 3rd, 2023, so it's going to happen quite soon. O'Connor allegedly assaulted the woman twice in the West End on June 1st, and 4 additional times the next day, once in a taxi, and 3 times at his home in Notting Hill. Here's a quote from his PR team, I'm imagining. Quote, Alex is shocked by the allegations, which he denies, and looks forward to clearing his name in court, said a representative of Rex Orange County. That's all the details that anybody has so far, by the way. So we have all these extreme reactions, these girls throwing away their stuff, that piling all their albums, getting rid of them. This girl's saying she hopes he rots in prison, and all we have is an allegation from one woman, and he's on unconditional bail and is going to has a set trial in January. Think about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation that we went through. When Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp of sexual assault, the whole world went crazy. He lost all his brand deals, he lost all his movies, and then come to find out, she wasn't telling the truth. And again, that's not to say that this woman is lying. She could very well be telling the truth, but you don't know that. So what are we doing? Jumping to conclusions, ruining this man's name, dragging him through the mud before he's actually been proven guilty. When did we as a society jump from innocent until proven guilty to guilty until proven innocent? We don't have the facts, we don't have the details. And I think, I'm gonna go out on a strong limb here and say the Me Too movement is largely responsible for this. With the Me Too movement, we ushered in this era of #BelieveAllWomen, that no matter what a woman says, no matter what allegation she throws out, she is meant to be believed solely because she is a woman. And that's not right. There are women who lie. There are women who are honest. There are women who put themselves in interesting positions that they might regret later on in life. And you can hear that from me and think, oh my gosh, what a provocative thing to say. What a wild thing to say to invalidate some of the accusations of women. That's not my goal by any means. If a man lies, you want him to be called out for lying. If a woman lies, you want her to be called out for lying. Or even if a woman has misrepresented a situation and she's not personally lying, it's honest to her, but not honest to the account of things, we want that to be called out and we want that to be brought to light. And that's exactly what a trial is for. So really, I don't want to hear anything about this until January 3rd, when he actually goes to trial and we actually find out the details here. But it is quite interesting that a woman was with him 2 days and is now coming forth with 6 counts of sexual assault. That's a big thing. And it does beg the question, and this is a controversial question, if he assaulted this woman on June 1st twice in the West End, why was she at his home the next day? Why was she in a taxi with him? And why do we have 6 different charges here? Twice in the West End. Once in a taxi the next day, which why were you in a taxi the next day? And 3 times in his house the next day. Why were you at his house the next day? That shouldn't be a controversial thing to ask. And in fact, I bet it's going to be the subject of the trial when it starts in January. But to jump to conclusions like this, tarnish a man's name, reputation, possibly his entire career before you know facts, is despicable. It's not a sign of a healthy society. And if the trial happens in January and we find out that the sexual assault allegations are true, honest, and rightful, then do whatever you want. Then cancel him. Then call out and say, I can't believe he did something like this. That's disgusting. To take advantage of a woman is a horrible thing. But you do not know that now. And put yourself in his position. Put yourself in Johnny Depp's position. Put yourself in the position of men who don't have a strong career and a strong number of supporters or a large amount of money to back themselves up. Is this the society you want? If you're somebody who's watching right now who is a man, is that what you want to go through? If you're a girl watching right now who has a brother or a father and he would get accused of something, put yourself in that situation. How do you want your father, your son, your brother, your male friends to be treated when faced with allegations like this? Do you want them to be canceled before their trial date? I don't think so. I think we'd be singing a different tune if it was somebody close to us, if it was somebody within our proximity, somebody within our family, a friend even, a peer even. We'd be singing a different tune because we know we should live in a society where it is innocent until proven guilty. And those are my thoughts on what's happening with Rex Orange County. As much as some of you and most of you probably do not know who this man is at all, it's very important to talk about. We say politics is downstream of culture. Here's a cultural moment that we're going through right now. And if it's happening with big pop stars like Rex Orange County, imagine it happening to the little people. We need to correct this as a society. We cannot have people running, slandering, defaming people before we have the facts. And that's it. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. Do you think it's right to go ahead and start canceling somebody before you have the information about what's gone on? Do you think we should #BelieveAllWomen and all allegations? Or do you think it's muddy waters like I do? I happen to think that sexual assault is probably one of the hardest crimes to prosecute, to investigate, and to take to trial, because you are constantly in a state of he said, she said, and sexuality can often get blurred when it comes to consent, when it comes to wanting to be in these situations, when it comes to regret, when it comes to the environment that facilitates these instances and these encounters, when it comes to drugs and alcohol. There are so many things that muddy the waters and fog our views when it comes to making a decision on something like sexual assault. And to jump down a man's throat and cancel him before we know the facts is wrong. There's nothing else I can say about it. And again, if he's guilty, but we won't know that until January. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I know this is a spicy video. If you're interested in more controversial topics like this, let me know in the comments down below. Please like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time we post a new video for you guys. And keep sending me stories like this, because I'm not afraid to talk about the controversial ins and outs of these things. And I'm not afraid to give my true opinion on this, even though it's going to make some people angry. This is what we got to do. You got to tell the truth. Bye, guys.